Hi, this is Lindsay from Garden Hands. Today we're going to be out pruning some hydrangeas. Before you can go in and start pruning your hydrangeas back, you need to know what kind you have. There are 6 main types of hydrangeas. The first 4 you prune after they are done blooming, and these bloom on old wood. These are big leaf, mountain, climbing, and oak leaf. The other 2 varieties, which we're going to be talking about today, are smooth and Panicle Hydrangeas. These bloom on new wood. So we're going to prune these in late winter and or early spring. So the supplies we're going to be using today are pruners. We have our Felcos here. We have a kangaroo pop-up bag so we can put our cut-off pieces into that. And we also have netting. We happen to be dealing with deer in this area, so we're going to net these when we're done. Alright, so we're looking at some Incrediball hydrangeas right here. These are a smooth type of hydrangea. They're going to bloom on new wood. They get 5 to 6 feet tall and 6 to 7 feet wide at maturity, and you can find them in zones 3 through about 8 or 9. You'll want to fertilize in the spring, so we will do that shortly after we do the pruning. For pruning, this is similar to pruning your trees. First, you're going to look for dead, dying, or diseased branches. You're also going to look for thin or wispy branches. They're not going to produce a very strong bud for you, and we want the plant to focus on the stronger stalks. For this particular variety, it says you can cut up to a half of the plant back. When we prune our hydrangeas, we're looking for these buds. You're going to prune right above the bud. So I'll go in, look for all the branches that are dead, dying, diseased. There are a few in here that are kind of broken or snapped off. I'll take those out, and then I'll come in and I'll clean up some of these thinner branches. So it'll hopefully bring a little bit more air and light into the center of the plant. For this type of plant, you can also shape it. So in this case, we'll have a little bit of a rounded with a little bit taller in the middle and shorter on the outside. Over here we have what we think is a vanilla strawberry hydrangea. It came without a tag, so we're not entirely sure, but if it is a zone 4 to 8. It gets panicle shape blooms, which is why it's a Panicle Hydrangea, and it gets 6 to 7 feet high and 4 to 5 feet wide. This one is probably not going to require a lot of pruning. The deer have handled that for us. We deal with a lot of deer in this area, so all we're going to do on this one is come in and clean up any of the thin stalks that probably won't provide a lot of blooms for us this year. Over here we have a PG hydrangea. This is a really pretty hydrangea. It starts off white, goes to pink, and then turns rust later in the season. It's a little bit more cold hardy from zones 3 to 8. This one is a little bit bigger. It's from 8 to 20 feet tall, and you could train it as a tree. On this variety, you can remove up to 1/3 of the plant. So we're all done with the PG hydrangea. We did a very light pruning on this one because it was planted last year. We didn't want to take off a ton and we want to let it grow. We did add a deer cover to this one as well. We're still in that deer snacking area. So this one's all done and we'll head on to the next one. Next up we have the Bobo Hydrangea. This is quickly becoming one of my favorites. It gets to be about 3 to 4 feet tall and about 2.5 feet wide. This is a zone 3 to 8 and it's just a great little shrub that you can tuck in almost anywhere. You can prune about 1/3 of this hydrangea as well. You want to do this? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how this has little nubbies here. Those are the new buds. That's where it's going to flower. You cut right above it. See the nubs right here? There you go. Okay, how about over here? Here's the nubs. There you go. Now you're getting it. Yep, so here's the nubs right here. There you go. Oh, here's the nubs on this one. You feel for me. Here's the nubs way down here. So the last tree that we are going to prune today, because the wind has picked up and it is blowing my cameras all over the place, is a Limelight standard, which means it's a Limelight in tree form. This one gets about 8 feet tall and 6 to 8 feet wide, and I usually trim about 1/3 of this plant off as well. I'm a little bit more aggressive with this one as I want the shape to look nice. It's right in the front of my house, and I've pruned this one for several years, so I feel a little bit more comfortable with this variety. Thanks for watching the video today. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for what we have coming next.